Trevor Lawrence led a come-from-behind victory against the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football and what just might have been the biggest win of his entire career. It's rare where you get a game on primetime TV where you can see the epitome of a player and kind of his entire career in one game, but that was just the Trevor Lawrence game. There were so many times where I'm writing down and I'm just looking and I'm just thinking, is this guy for real? Like, is this guy for real? Like, what is he doing out here? Like, we got the Jags looked kind of at times like the better team. They won the game. And they had the strength, and it would just be Trevor just up and down. Just, all right, cool. We're at the 1 yard line. It's 7-0. We're running a QB sneak, tush, push, whatever. And he's trying to reach it over top. Bro, just you got to hold on to the ball if you do that. You can't fumble that. And that ended up being huge for the Chiefs. I think they scored on that drive. I don't know if they scored on that drive, but they scored later to go up 14-0. I think they did score on the next drive. But then, right back, Trevor running, moving, making plays, getting a touchdown. Next thing you know, somehow the game's freaking tied. Trevor was out there, and he was booking it, man. And he was making so many plays. You're like, all right, you know, he's taking that. They were saying at Troy Aikman, like, he's taking that play personal. Like, there was on the 14-0, there was a 3rd and 15, big PI call that they needed. But once that happened, they're like, all right, cool. Trevor, he got back in rhythm, scored a touchdown, get the 7. And they did keep fighting. And we'll get to why. The other side of the ball, too. Then they get the lead off of the interception. We will definitely talk about. But then up 7. Trevor, are you for real, bro? You get a stop as well. You're up 7 on the Chiefs. You kind of stymied them. Interception. Now, only interception, was it PI? Yes. They were trying to run a pick play, and the Chiefs cheat. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. Welcome to playing the Chiefs. They get those calls. They got a pick route, and they just went to the ref like, no, you can't call that. We get a yard. Okay, I guess, said the ref. But he wasn't open either. Like, and it was not open for any point of time, right? But it's a timing route, so albeit. But just then, even last drive, first 2 plays. This is a 2-minute warning drive. He's running straight up the middle. You're like, bro, do you have any awareness of, like, the situation right now? The first one, he got like 3 yards. I'm like, okay, but the clock was still running. The second one, it was just hike, and he's taking off right at the D tackles, right at Chris Jones, basically. It's like, bro. But then the next play, beautiful throw. Brian Thomas, right when I'm starting to write him off, laugh at him like, this guy's just, duh. No way Trevor Lawrence is winning this game. Huge play. Huge throw down the sidelines for a big completion. And then you have the signature play so far of his career, I think. Now, keep in mind, by the way, as I'm saying this, Trevor Lawrence has won a playoff game. He came back from down 28-3 in that playoff game against Justin Herbert. But this one even felt a little different than that one. But he falls down twice. As he's falling down, I'm like, this is ridiculous, bro. This guy just fall down. He gets up, runs it to the left, gets a touchdown, and you're just like, oh, wow. Trevor Lawrence just won the game. Now, and I don't even know where we go from here. They beat the Chiefs. You know? So, as much as I want to say clean it up, play better, he beat the Chiefs. Doing it his way, man. So, shout out Trev. And I don't even know where to go, man. We will see going forward. But that was definitely a signature Trevor Lawrence game. That kind of is his whole career in one game. And we'll see if he has more moments like he had at the end of the game where they come through and win now that they have a really good team and a competent coach around them. The Jags defense, though, is insane. I got to shout this guy out. They're coached by Anthony Campanelli. Hope I said your name right, bro, because you snapping. They've been flying around. This is his first year ever as a D coordinator. They have been flying around all season. They had the most turnovers forced heading into this game. They hit. They're disciplined, but also aggressive. This game, you kind of saw the Chiefs' O-line actually stymie that pass rush, but Hines Allen normally gets off, and it's part the Chiefs, part the fact that Mahomes can just run on an instant. That pass rush normally flies a little bit more as well, but you didn't really see that today. Shout out the Chiefs' O-line. But this guy, Devin Lloyd, man, he's easily your front runner for Defensive Player of the Year up to this point. He leads the league in interceptions with 4 as a linebacker. And in this game, the pick 6 he got flipped the whole game. Flipped the entire game. Huge play. Taken off for it. I mean, he won Defensive Player of the Week last week for his 2 interceptions and forced fumble on Purdy. Lloyd has been amazing for them. And I don't think before this year I considered him their best linebacker. I feel like it was Olswa. Flowick. God, I don't know how to say that guy's name. But their other linebacker. So that's a crazy 1-2 tandem in linebacker. Their DBs are good. And like I said, they forced a lot of turnovers. So you were wondering, obviously this game would they be exposed a little bit because the Chiefs weren't just going to keep giving them the ball. They had 3+ every week up until this game. So obviously they only got 1, but they made that 1 count. And Devin Lloyd, this guy is going up there as one of the best linebackers in the NFL right now. He has been amazing. Campanelli has that defense flying. And I think Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr., we're kind of seeing them get it together. And before, shout out obviously Liam Cohen, the head coach, for putting this thing together, for getting them off to this hot start at least. And we'll see going forward, but maybe they turn around. I mean, they beat the freaking Chiefs, dude. So I never thought the Jags, they had lost 9 straight to the Chiefs. So I didn't think they were beating the freaking Chiefs, you know. But they did do it. And those receivers, Travis Hunter, man, he was ready for the moment of Monday Night Football. And I think that's maybe the positive of going to Colorado, playing for Deion Sanders, having every game where you have huge celebrities. He wanted this moment, and that catch he had in double coverage was amazing. I didn't know Travis Hunter could quite do that. And I'm going to be honest. Stealing this take from my guy John Middlecoff, third now. But they played him on defense, and he almost got hurt. You know, and you wonder, like, all right, is this why? Man, look, if he can do that on offense, and the defense is already good in forcing turnovers, just leave him on offense. It's fine. Because even though you traded the 5th pick of the draft, which ended up being Mason Graham, who's playing very well, on a future first, you keep Travis Hunter on offense with Brian Thomas, and what he just did, I'm telling you, I knew Travis Hunter was a really good, great player. But the plays he was making, he caught one in space and just juked out 2 people. I knew he could do that. Very fast, very quick, great route runner. And he could catch that in traffic against college teams, but for him to do that on the Chiefs, that was insane. That's why you took him to, well, you took him to play offense and defense, but fuck it at this point. Just let him play offense, because Trevor That's where they need help. And help is strong. They're 4-1, right? And their offense hasn't looked terrible. But I think if you let Trevor just focus on offense, now with Brian Thomas starting to get going, you could really have a really, really dangerous team. Because that defense, I don't think the defense is going away. I think it's just the offensive consistency. But I think if you put Travis over there for more time, Trev is starting to get more comfortable with the fact that they have a team that can win. And it's an adjustment because, he's on the Jags, right? So he's had to, deal with a lot of losing. But I think that would be a crazy 1-2. Now, Brenton Strange, he went out. He's on IR, so we wonder what's happening with that situation. Had a lot of bettors tell me they didn't even see him leave the field. I didn't see him leave the field either. So that's an interesting, unfortunate injury for the Jags. But, yeah, with the way these receivers were going off, or can go off, I think you just let Travis play offense. And right now for Liam Cohen and the Jags, 4-1. No one saw this coming. Them and the Colts right there. And really, if the Colts weren't having the spectacular season that they were having, you'd clearly be in the front seat of the AFC South. Next up does not get much easier. They get the Seahawks next, and then they get the Rams. Sunday morning, London game against the Rams. They are used to playing those London games, or wherever they're playing, overseas games. And the Seahawks, I think they get the Seahawks at home. 1 o'clock game. Seahawks traveling west to east. That's a tough one. So I'm interested in definitely that one. I gotta say, man, I'm done doubting the Jags for a week. I'm gonna pick them. I think they're gonna beat the Seahawks. Why not? Especially with the Seahawks in a banged up secondary. I'm a believer. I don't know if I fully believe in Trav, but I definitely believe in Liam Cohen and what that Jags organization right now is building. It was impressive stuff Monday night for sure. Something that none of us saw coming before this season.